So, welcome to the AIM briefing. AIM is Australian Institute of Music. So, they have a Sydney campus and a Melbourne campus. So, today we have some, basically some briefing for the intake. All right, the last September intake has passed, basically. So, the next intake will be in February, May, and September. So basically that's the yearly intakes. So you can plan out your study right now, especially for those in the first sem. The second sem can already start planning when you're going to graduate and think about the options for that's offered today. Okay, so we have today Dia Savitri, Regional Manager of Southeast Asia from AIM. All right, I'll pass it on to her. If you have any questions, please come to the front with the mic so they can hear you. Also, this session is being recorded, so if you don't want your face in or anything, you can sit on the side, but if you're okay, you can stay in the middle. Okay? Right. If nothing else, I'll pass it on to Dia. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ayman. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here at the AIM and ICOM session. My name is Dia Savitri, and you can call me Dia. I'm the Southeast Asia Regional Manager at AIM, and I'll be your main contact if you are interested in applying to the Australian Institute of Music. Today, we'll learn more about AIM, and without any further ado, let's begin. All right. So, the Australian Institute of Music has been Australia's leading music education provider for more than 55 years. We are also the only dedicated private music higher education provider in Australia. Recently, AIM was ranked #1 Australian university for postgraduate student experience in the Quilt Student Experience Survey funded by the Australian government. We have 2 campuses, one in Sydney and one in Melbourne, both centrally located with purpose-built facilities, state-of-the-art equipment, and flexible courses designed by renowned faculty and industry experts. AIM also has a strong worldwide and alumni network, making an impact in today's global music industry. Okay, and start. Before I explain about the Sydney campus, let's watch a video.
So I think you have to share the sound.
Sorry?
You have to share the sound for the video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You reshare.
Share. Okay. Wait. Can you hear the sound yet?
No.
I'll just explain then.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience. So this is the AIM Sydney campus. So you have the so you can imagine how it's like to be inside the campus in Sydney. Okay, next our main campus. That is our main campus, Sydney campus, is located in the Rocks, Sydney, just steps away from the Sydney Opera House and Harbour Bridge. Actually, from our rooftop, you can literally see both landmarks. So that's how awesome it is. And the highlights of the campus include amphitheater, the auditorium for events, info days, and hosting our partners. We also have recording suites, practice rooms, and classrooms available for you to book. And we have one student kitchen and a lot of lounges spread around the campus. This is for waiting in between classes and just engaging with other students or have further discussions after class with your teachers. And I've mentioned the rooftop. This is the iconic place on campus with the iconic views as well. And as I mentioned before, this campus is also where we usually host international partners when they visit the campus. So it's ideal if you are interested in networking with them. And Sydney is also the campus for classical streams, only available here. Okay, this is the rooftop and student kitchen and also the lounges. And the next one is Melbourne campus. So our Melbourne campus offers very similar facilities, except instead of amphitheater, we have an auditorium, a large auditorium. It is located right in the CBD free tram zone area, the campus. So students can travel around the city center at no cost. We'll learn about the Melbourne campus later when we do the sharing session with our Melbourne student. So we'll move on to the next one. Okay, we offer a range of courses for music studies at both campuses. We offer Diploma of Music, Bachelor of Music in Performance, Composition, Creative Technology, and Musicology. We also offer Bachelor of Music Theater, Diploma and Bachelor of Arts and Entertainment Management, or our Music Business program, and also Master of Music or postgraduate course in Performance, Composition, Creative Technology, and Musicology. But through the articulation agreement between ICOM and AIM, students can transfer their credits directly. For Diploma in Sound Production, you can continue to year 2 Bachelor of Music in Creative Technology with up to 72 credits point. The next one is we have Diploma in Music. For Diploma in Music students, you can transfer to year 2 Bachelor of Music in Performance, Composition, Creative Technology, or Musicology with up to 78 credits point. The next one is Foundation in Music. For Foundation in Music students, you can transfer to Bachelor of Music in Performance, Composition, Creative Technology, or Musicology with up to 48 credits point. Please note, for Foundation in Music transfer to Bachelor of Music, you will need to submit your portfolio for audition. The maximum credits at AIM is 144. For Diploma Pathways, students can receive automatic entry without additional audition or portfolio. You will only need to submit your certificate of completion and transcript. For those who are wondering if you can explore other areas in music other than your chosen degrees, you can actually, because we do have electives. So AIM offer 4 elective subjects. 2 electives in year 2 and 2 electives in year 3. This means even if you start in one stream, you can explore another area such as music business, composition, creative technology, and also performance, tailored to your interests. So most of our Bachelor of Music students usually take music business as their electives because they want to have a better understanding or other perspective of the industry from the part that runs the industry, so they can have the better understanding about the business strategies. They can learn how to protect themselves during negotiation, or they can also learn about how to create music that relates to their market. So this is electives. And then move on to the application process. So for regular admissions, students need to complete online application form and then submit portfolio for audition. And then we will assess it around 10 to working days, 7 to 10 working days. And then if you are applying for RPL or credit transfer, you will need to submit certificate and transcript, and will process in another around 7 working days as well. And if approved, you will receive your letter of offer. Then you will need to sign and return. And after all documents are met, you will receive COE or confirmation of enrollment from us and then apply for visa. But for ICOM students, for ICOM degree top-up program, no audition is needed. Just submit certificate and transcript, and then the process continues as the regular admission. Okay. So no need audition for ICOM Diploma of Music to aim Bachelor of Music Performance, Creative Technology, Composition, and Musicology, and no audition needed for ICOM Diploma of Sound Production, progressing to Bachelor of Music in Creative Technology. This will cut a lot of process in an audition. Okay, the next one is about scholarship. Yes, we do have international scholarship programs. This applies to students commencing study in 2026, whether you choose February, May, or September intakes, valid for the length of study, so full course duration, and students must pass all classes to maintain it. For application, for scholarship application, it requires 4 more documents, which is 2 reference letters sent directly by the referee, 1 career plan, and 1 cover letter. Then that's it from, sorry. I recommend you to apply at least 3 months before your chosen intake in February, May, or September to allow time for application, choosing accommodation, and visa arrangement. That's it from me. Thank you so much for your attention during my presentation. Now we're very excited to welcome Daniel Ryan Des, currently a Bachelor of Music in Creative Technology student at Melbourne campus. Ryan previously studied the Diploma of Sound Production at ICOM, and now he's continuing his studies with us at AIM. We'll have a short conversation about his journey, and I'm sure his story will be very valuable for ICOM students who are considering the same pathways. Okay, hi Ryan.
Hi Dee, how's everybody doing? Hello everybody, all the students here at ICOM. Nice to see all of you guys. It's been a really long time since I've seen all these familiar faces. I can see Mr. Akhtia there. How are you doing, sir? Hope everything's going all right there in campus. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for joining us today, Ryan. Let's just start. Can you share a bit about yourself, your background in music, and what you're currently studying and doing at A?
Okay, well, currently, or shall I talk about my background? Yes. So I started off performing at first, but until I wanted to pursue more into like the production side of music. So I thought of applying into AIM, but then when I found out that there is a college in Malaysia that carries out like music courses such as audio production, so that's when I found ICOM. So that's how I enrolled into ICOM. And once I graduated from ICOM, I found out from AIM that there's a affiliation that was pending at the moment. So, which was actually a really good thing. So, once I got through the partnership as the first student ever under the affiliation between these two universities, everything became so much more easier. So, as Dee mentioned, I'm now enrolled into the Bachelor of Music in Creative Technology, also known as audio engineering, if I want to put it in layman terms. So yes, I'm currently majoring in creative technology, and this course it contributes more of a advanced level of audio production skills, solely like on studio work such as recording techniques like miking of instruments in correct positions to capture the sound that you want in a recording, understanding advanced signal flows, along with post processing like in the tools that are provided in the DAW, also known as digital audio workstations. I think for all these compositions and audio engineering students, you guys will definitely be familiar with Ableton, Logic Pro, Pro Tools, Reaper, Cubase, and so on. So they all cover all these topics along with live sound. There will be a unit once you're progressing through your first semester on, you will be learning a little bit more about live sound and along with sound design. So other than that, like all these units will be very helpful, and especially now that you have that extra knowledge that you've achieved in ICOM. Currently, I'm like exploring around with like my other electives that's provided, like as Dia has mentioned. There are like a wide range of electives that you can do, which is like performance, composition, even music theater, as a matter of fact. So currently, I have done like arts and management units. I have done musicology, and now I'm actually doing performance. It's a really interesting choice that I made because I was always like the guy who's like backstage. So now it's a very interesting perspective to like come back on stage to perform. So it's a really interesting experience for me. So I personally enjoy performance. So I currently there's just a lot I'm going to be learning here. I have really great lecturers here to boost my confidence and help me develop in my performing skills. And also, I have my really, really good lecturers for my audio production classes as well. They've helped me a lot. They have detected like certain mistakes that I made in the past, and now they've like allowed me to change my whole way of doing my workflow, especially when it comes to producing music and making music. So yeah.
Wow, that's great. Thank you for sharing, Ryan. Okay, how about your experience transitioning from ICOM to AIM? Was it difficult adjusting to a new academic system, and what helped you most during that time?
To be honest, it wasn't much of a culture shock to me when I moved to Australia and got to know the community, as I've been pretty much used to interacting with people specifically outside of Malaysia and knowing how to socialize with them. However, I will say that in society in Melbourne City specifically is amazing because firstly, living in the city is kind of like my hometown, which is Penang. I live in Penang. So Melbourne City is like very similar with Penang because everything is very close by. Like you can walk anywhere. Everything's like 5 to 10 minute walk away. Like if I want to get groceries, if I want to like just get a snack, yeah, I can just walk anywhere. Like and all the good food, Asian food, Western food, whatever you name it, it's there. So it's but what's more interesting to see is that every corner of the city there are a lot of street performers, also known as buskers, who are always performing their hearts out. And when I say performing, they are like really performing their hearts out to the songs that they love. And sometimes I end up bumping into friends of mine from AIM as well, who are busking at the moment as well. So like the culture here in Melbourne it really shows that the community is very appreciative towards musicians, producers, or upcoming stars in the city and all of Australia. So it's a very happening area here in Melbourne.
Good point. That's really helpful for a student here to know. Because many of them, I'm sure, probably wondering the same thing about the transition. So, next, what were some similarities? Is there any similarities or differences between studying at ICOM and A?
Personally, I feel that there are more differences than similarities because uh, in terms of like to put it in a more personal point of view, I would say the food here is very different. Like, yeah, the food is very different. Of course, I cannot compare it to how it tastes like back at home, and the I will definitely say that the cost for everything here is definitely way more expensive than back at home. But yeah, I will definitely say that I have been coping well. I've been learning to adapt to the differences with people and the culture, society, like outside of campus and in campus as well. Like we have a lot of great people in campus who are like very supportive to one another. We're not like those. We're not like competitive with each other. So that's one thing that I don't see very often. Like especially like the really skilled musicians. Like they're very down to earth, humble, and yeah, it was really nice interacting with people like that. So it's quite a nice experience.
Okay. How about the studying part, studying at ICOM and A, the difference and similarities?
I will definitely say AIM has a stronger level of like knowledge and definitely better facilities provided here. Like especially for those who like really want to like focus in like making their own music. If they want to like write songs, there's a lot of space and a lot of areas in campus that is provided for you to do your work. Like for an example, we have a place called the production suites, which is usually like a personal room provided with a Mac and a couple of monitors and an interface for you to just work on like any of your like music or personal projects that you have. It even comes with like a MIDI keyboard so you like can compose stuff on the spot if you don't have the equipments for. And the studio especially is I would say it's quite impressive for what they are providing there for what they're providing there. And on top of that, the faculty that is in Melbourne campus, they are very resourceful. They are very knowledgeable of what they're doing. And I will also say that every single one of these lecturers, especially like those who are teaching mainly in like the performance part, most of them are very deeply and actively like involved in the music industry. So if you're like looking for any particular information that you want to know about the music industry or what do you do to make it into the music industry, you can definitely like choose one of the lectures that you feel comfortable with and yeah, have a good conversation with them and they'll tell you everything they know about their experiences. So
Wow,
yeah.
amazing. Yeah. So for students who might be worried about the differences, Brian's experience shows that it's definitely, I would say, complementing of what you already studied at ICOM. Okay, next, how would you describe your academic journey so far at AIM? Is there any favorite subject at AIM and why?
Well, as a student myself, academically speaking, I'd say the experience, in my opinion, is very, very like rich. Again, with support, because like everybody in campus, especially if you're not too good in your skill, your like all of your friends like that you've made, like every single one of them will be very supportive, and they will definitely like motivate you to want to develop your skills, want to be better. And as a drummer myself, as I'm pursuing in performance for this semester, I'm playing drums for like a bunch of like performances. I'm not the best. I'm not the best there, but definitely the people are always like there to support and help me grow over time in the semester. In fact, the lecturers, as I said before, they're really really cool people. Like they will actually take 5 to 15 minutes of their time to just hang and chill with the students, and definitely, and what's even more interesting, they'll actually jam like music with the students. And I would say it's quite a wholesome experience, and most of the students who have had that experience, they ended up like developing their skills even faster. And so academically speaking, once you've like bonded yourself with the people that you can trust, like the faculty or friends, you can definitely grow your skill like as fast as possible. And of course, you have to believe in yourself.
Hmm. That sounds exciting and reassuring as well. I'm glad you have the all the support that you needed there. And you mentioned about collaborate with other students, right? How do you usually collaborate with other students, and whether it's from your stream or from other programs?
Actually, it's kind of a funny story because in my batch, I think I'm probably the only student that represents in audio engineering. Like, there's no other students that represents audio engineering. Everyone else has like enrolled into composition. Most of them has enrolled into performance, and there's a really really big number of students who have enrolled into music theater. So as a student that only represents as my own like course, it was really it was a little bit hard to like move around and like and interact with people because you can't really relate yourself. You can't really relate with like your situation. So as long as you can just put that confidence in and like talk to people, it doesn't even matter if they're like seniors or like juniors. So most of them, they're really nice people. So I've collaborated with a few people. I've even helped write songs for like the composition students, especially those who are not too familiar with like music arrangements. Since I also have like some experience in music arrangements, I've like just joined minds together, and we made something pretty good, and we managed to get really like good grades for it, at least after collaborating. Since I should also let you guys know that in like your course, whichever that you guys are majoring in, performance, composition, or creative tech or audio engineering, you guys are going to be in a class called collaboration projects, which is where you guys are going to be interacting with other students from different courses, either to do a recording, or make a song, like write original songs, or have a live performance, or even you could even do a skit and like make it into like a whole like a short film, something like that. Yeah. So it's really up to how the students like what's really like their goal that they've all set in mind. That's common. So yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we do offer a collaboration project subject to all of our students, so you can learn about collaborating with other people, even outside of your chosen major. Okay, is there any kind of support have you received from AIM as specifically as an international student?
Mm, International students. Well, as I said before, like the kind of knowledge that we're achieving from our lecturers, especially like you, as a student myself who enjoys interacting with people. I always ask a lot of questions, especially to my lecturers. And as for this particular semester, I'm actually only one student in like that one class, which is live sound that I'm currently learning. It's more like extreme and more advanced stuff that I'm learning about live sound, and I'm the only student that's in that class. So it felt like a one-on-one kind of class right now. So I felt free to ask a lot of questions and like understand the experience and the kind of the idea of what does an international student, like what can they do in the city of Melbourne, and what are the opportunities that can they take. And yeah, he's told me a bunch of his stories, and he's given me a lot of like references on where I can actually go, who I can look for, and places around city, sometimes even a little outside of the city, but it's like worth your time and worth the travel to like find out all these like places and get to know different people outside of campus, and definitely build your network. That's kind of the motto that for most people, for all of our lecturers and faculty members, they really want students to like really grow their network with people, not necessarily in campus. So yeah.
Okay, that's reassuring to hear. Okay, is there any new skills or perspectives did you gain at AIM that you didn't expect before?
I think I had a few experiences on that. Like, since I am in performance currently, it's really interesting from how people, especially like when they make mistakes. Like, okay, for those in ICOM who play piano, especially or guitarists, or anybody who majors in like melodic instruments, anytime whenever you hit a wrong note, especially when you're in campus of AIM, some random person is gonna just shout out, "Ooh, free jazz!" I like that. So it basically shows that like, dude, you made a mistake. It's not a mistake. That's like interesting. Like, you could probably contribute that, and people commonly will just say, "Ooh, free jazz." So it's kind of like a little motto that we have among us as students. So like, and everybody who loves performing, they end up playing jazz or R&B, all these kinds of like genres that actually really just fuse up well together. So like in terms of like skills, I've actually learned to how do I put this? Well, I would say I've been learning a little bit of bass recently. I've been getting better in my guitar playing, and in fact, as you can see in the little poster that on the screen, there was like my gig posters that I've been posting on my Instagram. So I've been doing a lot of gigs here in Melbourne. Even though I'm a creative tech student, I do enjoy performing like on the streets. I myself busk here and there in the city, and I also like do a lot of gigs. Especially I have a great singer who has been giving me opportunities to play around in like a bunch of cafes and clubs all over the place, all over the city, sometimes outside of the city. And yeah, it's been pretty fun. So there's a lot of skills from there that I have managed to achieve and develop from where I was before.
Yeah, I like how you mentioned about the unexpected reaction from the audience when you perform the wrong notes, because sometimes those are the ones that make the biggest difference, right? Especially to shape your mental in performing. Okay, do you have any tips would you give to ICOM students who are considering continuing their studies at AIM?
Okay, tips. All right, we're getting to the serious talk, guys. So if you're planning to continue your pathway in AIM, there are a few things that you're gonna have to make sure, and I'll try to make this as short as possible. I don't know if you have enough time, but I'll just keep it as short as possible. So definitely renew your passport, guys. Like before I actually applied for a visa, I forgot that my visa has already expired. And sorry, not visa, but like my passport, it like expired. So I was like, oh crap, what do I do now? So I had to go to I don't know what you call it, the embassy, just the Malaysian embassy, just to like get my passport renewed. And so yeah, renew your passport, guys. And after that, before you even apply like for a visa or even enrolling yourself into AIM, I would suggest you guys to apply for an English proficiency test, which is it's basically an English language certification that qualifies you that you are eligible to communicate in English. Because in Australia, especially for international students, this is a pretty strong requirement. So you will need to get a certificate document proving that your English is good enough when communicating with people. I would recommend you guys to take up like under IELTS. Yeah, take up IELTS that you can, since I'm sure everybody knows the website of IDP, right? So you guys can like go through the website of IDP. IDP provides an IELTS course, and they even provide like resources for like coaches who can help you guys to get yourself ready for your IELTS tests. And yeah, you can even make bookings for your IELTS test, the dates. They all will be provided in the IDP website. And once you receive your COE, also known as confirmation of enrollment, along with your transcripts and graduation certificate from ICOM, along with your other music certificates. And I mean, like for those students who are in performance, I'm sure you guys have like a certificate like from Rock School or ABRSM. Yeah, all these certificates, they can be very valuable when you're enrolling yourself into AIM. So they will in fact boost your qualifications. And yeah, so once you've already got your IELTS and all your transcripts and your music certifications, I would advise you to seek out a visa immigration agency. Yeah, they will help you understand the risks and requirements to get your visa approved. Although you can apply without seeking your visa agent. However, having an agent will boost your chances of getting your visa approved. So yeah, I would definitely advise you guys to go with that. And another thing I would say, actually, you know what? Not once. Before you go into Australia, always have winter clothes for the weather in Australia, because Australia is extremely bipolar. Like the weather is so bipolar and it's really unpredictable. And what I'll suggest you guys, you can buy heat tech, which is provided in Uniqlo. If you guys go to like Bukit Bintang or something, you guys can go to Uniqlo and buy the heat tech. There's like thickness differences. They have like really thin layers, they have medium layer, and they have like the really thick layer. So if any of you guys like have sensitive skin to the cold, yeah, I would suggest you guys to get like a thicker version of heat tech. So this will be very helpful for you guys like in the winter and autumn seasons. So yeah, bring enough clothes and jackets. And of course, I mean, always check the weather on your phone. Always check the weather on your phone. Because like once you wake up in the morning, you will never know if it's hot or cold. So check the weather on the phone. Just to save yourself from any unexpected weather changes. And another thing, coming back to AIM. So I would say when there are AIM events, don't hesitate to join it or participate in it. You have no idea what you will be missing. As I said before, there are lots of opportunities around, and who knows? In those events, there might be people whom you can build your network with and grow your connection outside of AIM. And you can create opportunities of your own once you're more independent and settled into Australia, maybe for like the first 3 months or first 4 months. Yeah, AIM will have lots of events happening here, at least, especially for the first few weeks. Yeah, first few weeks and the last few weeks. And my last and yet most important advice for you guys who are soon to be international students of AIM save your money. Save your money. Because you guys gotta be mindful and thrifty on what you guys spend, because the currency changes and inflations is as real as it can ever get, especially for basic needs such as food, groceries, house accessories. Yeah, all those things has to be top priorities before lifestyle. All right, because I had to learn things the hard way. For students, especially who like being fashionable, you know, like dressing up and looking good when you guys hang out with friends or just go out in general, I advise you guys to buy those really fashionable clothes here in Malaysia before you guys go into Australia, because there are tons of stores here in Australia that sells good quality clothes for a good price, but the rest of them just sells for a really expensive price. So for those who just wants to dress up like well, buy the clothes in Malaysia and then come to Australia. And yeah, and on top of that, you guys you guys already have parents who are sponsoring you guys and supporting y'all like back at home with your tuition fee and your allowances. So yeah, you won't want to waste them on like all your lifestyle choices. So yes, be mindful and think 4 to 5 times before buying anything outside the prioritized necessities. And yeah, I will. And also, if you guys are planning to get a job in Australia, because since as a student visa you are eligible to work, so once you guys are out looking for a job, I would suggest you guys to apply for a TFN. It's also known for a tax file number. This would be very useful when applying for jobs, because when you apply for a job without a TFN, there will be lots of taxes that will be applied onto your salary. So this will prevent unnecessary taxes when you get your salary. And also another thing, if you guys can cook, there are grocery stores that are nearby these grocery stores the name of these grocery stores are called Coles or Woolworths. So it's either those two that you can actually refer to. So they have all the groceries that you can buy from, and they also have like pre-cooked food that are sold in Coles, especially that is like less than 10 Aussie dollars. Yeah, but these are like all the safe precautions that I am advising you guys to, take note of. So yeah.
Okay, I think that's something very valuable from you. I'm sure the student here can relate to that. Okay, last question before we move on to Q&A session. If you could describe your AIM experience in 3 words, what would they be?
3 words. Okay, well, I think the best way I can put it is lively, loud, and exciting. Yeah, these are the 3 words I would put it.
Wonderful. That's a powerful way to summarize your journey. Okay, thank you so much, Ryan, for sharing your journey with us. I'm sure your story has given everyone here a clearer picture of what it's like to transition from ICOM to AIM, and also what to expect academically, professionally, and personally. Okay, over to you, Mr. Aiman. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Dia. Thank you, Daniel. Right, we're open for questions. Anyone interested to join? Anyone has any inquiries? Anyone? Tiff? Claire? Okay, I guess none from our side. Alright, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Dan, for joining us today. Hope to see you in AIM next year, or maybe in the future. Thank you so much, ICOM. Thank you so much, Ryan, and everyone here. Thank you.
Alright. And with that, we finish the briefing and we'll move on to the performances. Alright, thank you so much, dear.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye.